Once you imagine yourself how I would feel without inner doubt, how I would feel without inner opposition, how I would feel without confusion, how I would feel without inner limitation or inner resistance, you literally turn your mind way in front, we can say, and you literally start living as if you already overcame this challenge. So actually you're flipping your mind into a higher vibration, and you immediately, by imagining how you would be if there was no obstacle, you immediately actually overcome that obstacle in that moment, as long as you stay in that state of feeling without that obstacle. In that moment you actually overcome it. And then when we look at commonly at spiritual teachers or any kind of other figures or higher vibrational way of living, then we somehow connect for a moment. We get to glimpse into that higher vibration. We get to feel for a moment that higher vibration, that infinite love, that unconditional joy, a bliss, or total peace, or total openness, even better. So by glimpsing into it, we experience how it would be, and then something happens inside us, in our minds, in our memory, in our nervous system. A memory is registered, recorded, vibration has been connected. So then we recognize that this is a much higher vibration, and then we strive towards it. We strive towards it. Because something inside recognizes that it can be that way, so we strive towards it. And then we start to also, in another terms, idealize that enlightenment is like that. That since then the mind steps in for a bit, because then we see that, oh, there is this enlightened teacher, so enlightenment is supposed to be like this, and sitting in silence, sitting in a cave, doing nothing, always in bliss, nothing matters, it's always bliss. So we start to idealize. Now that we start to create in our minds, to idealize that this is how enlightenment is supposed to be. And then we come to meet another enlightened teacher, and he or she is humanitarian. How come? One is sitting, and just being in silence, and another one is full on in life, full on in the world. He has the biggest organization in the world, with thousands and millions of people, volunteering and doing things. Like, what is happening? So, there's one way of sitting in a cave or sitting silent, and another way of full-on life. So now we start to change our framework of understanding. Now we actually start meeting reality a bit closer, because there's no one specific way. And then we meet another teacher, and it's all about love. Love, love, love. It's all about love. Everything is love. You're love. This is love, 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 love. And then again, so what's going on? So is enlightenment like this, or like that, or like that? And then we meet another teacher, and he or she says, forget about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And then we meet another teacher, and they say another thing, and they portray other kinds of qualities. And then we meet another teacher, and hopefully the teacher tells you it's not about qualities. It's about awakening to boundless being. So then we start meeting more and more teachers, and we start breaking down our idealizations and recognizing what it truly is. We stop imagining stuff. We stop idealizing things. We stop projecting how it should be. And we start discovering ourselves the way we actually are. What is actually real to ourselves. So we stop looking towards others and we start discovering, finding ourselves. So we can see that then at that point we step into our presence, into our beingness. So then we meet our soul and eventually we return to the full consciousness, to the real self, to the natural state. So the natural state is the way you are, simply without any inner limitations, inner bondages, inner conditioning. And then we realize the whole game of enlightenment, and the very first image we saw of a guru or Shiva or this or that or so forth, these were our admirations. These were our admirations. Yes, they inspired you. They helped you to initially connect and get the inspiration going. But enlightenment is about you. It's not about them. It's about you. So in some way they assisted, towards that connectedness, towards the recognition that it is possible, it is doable, or it can be divine, it can be love, it can be peace, it can be silence. It is possible. They showed the example. Yes, they showed an example. It is possible. But self-realization, enlightenment, full consciousness, it is about you. And then you have to step back into the present moment and say, all right, so what do I have? It is about me. It is not about a teacher there or here in India, Himalayas, or US, or anywhere, or in Europe, anywhere else. It's all about really realizing myself.